Nitin Gadkari shines on as one of modern India's pioneering leaders and his work a template for the coming generations. If there ever was a name to the infrastructure man of India, it would be none other than Nitin Jairam Gadkari.
Respected sir, I humbly request you to take this opportunity and light up our thoughts. No other person can make us believe over the fact that India is next superpower. So over to you, sir.
All respectable dear friends, it is a pleasure for me to interact with you. Presently, we are all facing the problem of COVID-19. But not only India is facing, the whole world is facing. Particularly in all sectors, we are facing crucial problems. And because of this COVID-19, we have a lot of negativity, frustration and fear in the mind of the people. This is the first time that we need to understand to fight against COVID-19, and 100% I am confident that we will win over this war. At the same time, we will win the war against economic war also. Presently, we need to propagate in the mind of the people about positivity, sakaratmakta and self-confidence. I am only giving you an example of our history. 47, before 47 and after 47, we face lot of problems, crucial problems. We have 3 wars with Pakistan, 1 war with China. We face many natural calamities, floods, everything we have faced, all type of these problems. But the history indicates that we win over the problem and we will march ahead. We are already marching ahead. So my suggestion is COVID-19 is a problem we are facing. It is a crucial problem. It is not only with India, but it is with the whole world now. And this is the time for Indian youth to convert these problems into opportunities. I always use this phrase that some people who may change opportunities into the problems, and some of the people who actually behave like change problems into opportunities. So my suggestion is take it, accept it as a challenge and let us convert it into opportunities. Now presently we need to understand art of living with COVID-19. We are expecting vaccine as early as possible. But in a situation we need to understand the art of living with COVID-19. We need to maintain distance more than 1 meter between the 2 persons. We need to use a mask and using of sanitizer every time in the house or in the office. We have to take the preventive measures because this is a war. So we need to understand this art of living with COVID-19. I am confident that as early as possible we will get vaccine and this problem will be resolved. But at the same time we are facing economic war. All stakeholders are in big problems. The banking system is also under stress. Some of the state government, they don't have money to pay the salary for the next month. The central government revenue is also, revenue loss is big. At the same time, the industries, MSMEs, they are facing crucial problems. And also the laborers, migrant laborers, small people, traders, businessmen, everywhere they are facing the problem. I am accepting that we are facing crucial problems. But this is the time that we must have to develop courage to fight with the problems. Because if suppose we are negative and nervous, it is not going to resolve our problem. But if we are going to fight with the problem with the positivity and self-confidence, I am confident that we are going to win over on this problem. So 100% we will win the war against COVID-19 and we will win the war, economic war, as 100% I am confident, with the cooperation of all stakeholders like you. Presently, there are some blessings in disguise. In the whole world economy, the whole world, actually the 30% of the world manufacturing already is in China. But now the economic situation indicates that the majority stakeholders, different countries, they are not interested to deal with China. So this is the opportunity for India, is the best destiny for them. And so we need to take the advantage of the situation. For that reason, we need to upgrade the technology. And by upgradation of the technology, we can make good quality. Innovation, entrepreneurship, science, technology, research, skill, and successful practices, we name it as a knowledge. And conversion of knowledge into wealth is the future. I always have propagating two philosophies. One is conversion of knowledge into wealth and conversion of waste into wealth. No one is waste. It is depending upon the appropriate vision. It is depending upon the leadership capability that you can 100% win the war. So today, what my feeling is, this is a transit period. 100% now we are improving. Now all contract works related with NHI is now in full speed. Trades, business are open. Now we are going to open our metros and public transport system also. We need to take preventive measures for that, because the problem is also equally very crucial. And for that reason, what my feeling is, in the international economic scenario, here we have lot of opportunities. I am giving you an example. 2 months before, we have imported one aircraft fully with PPE kits from China. Today we are in position that we can export PPE kits to the world. So this is the situation that we can make this using of this research, technology, innovations. And India is a country where we have highest young, talented, skilled engineering manpower available in our country. Our software engineers' performance in the whole world is very extraordinary. They are all well recognized all over in the world. Our doctors are proved to be best. In USA, out of 10 good doctors, 4 doctors are Indians. Even in UK, the Indian doctors have highest reputation. So my suggestion is, this manpower in India which is available here, it is not only the professional manpower, but the skilled manpower is also available with us. And by using this young, talented, skilled manpower, we can make miracles. We need to upgrade the technology. We need to reduce the production cost. We need to reduce, for production cost, we need to reduce logistic cost, power cost, labor cost. And without compromising the quality, we need to develop good products, making of good designs of products, and we can make our exports. The present situation, we need to increase our exports and also decrease our imports. We need to find out what are the products which are now we are importing. I am giving an example of agarbatti sticks. Once upon a time, our import from China was 4,000 crores for agarbatti sticks and the bamboo material, particularly related with agarbatti and spoons and other things. Today, in my own city in Nagpur, we have more than 5,000 machines are started. They are making agarbatti sticks from bamboo. Now our farmers and people are planting the bamboo, that type of quality which we need for making of agarbatti sticks. So there is a possibility that we can make, using appropriate vision and technology, we can increase our exports, and 100% we can create more employment potential. Now this is the time for the country that our GDP growth is out of maximum. There is a contribution from the rural, agriculture, tribal, and 115 aspirant district is very negligible. And that is the one of the reason that our whole rate we are facing the problem. In our GDP, the 30% contribution is from MSME. 48% export is from MSME. Then up till now we have created 11 crore jobs. As far as the GDP growth is concerned, 22 to 24% is coming from manufacturing sector, and service sector is 52 to 56%, and agriculture and allied industries that there is 12 to 16%. So we need to more concentration, more priority for manufacturing sector. That is going to increase our export. In the health sector, there is a huge potential. Our pharmaceutical industry is doing excellent job. They have good export. But regarding medical devices, the machinery, using the different type of software and electronic machineries using for medical sciences, we are importing. We can make all type of medical devices. I know that in our MSME in Visakhapatnam, the medical device park where we manufacture MRI, the cost is 96 lakhs and the present value of MRI is 6 crore. So we can make different type of things here. Now the ventilator. Actually, previously we are importing ventilators, but 3 days before in Delhi, we launched the ventilators. They manufactured by my friend, the owner of SpiceJet, Ajay Singh. In this COVID period, he inspired his engineers, aviation engineers, to do something, and they by innovation they make that ventilator, and the cost of the ventilator is only 55,000 rupees. It's good. The Kerala government have ordered 1,000 ventilator from them, so we can export these ventilators. So we have got the capability and capacity that we can fulfill the demand of the whole world. But we need to develop good quality, reducing the logistic cost, production cost, labor cost, power cost, good packaging and delivery, punctuality on time. This is very important. So this is the time, don't be negative, don't be nervous. With positivity and self-confidence in different fields, inspire the people and particularly youth that we can win this war. And by creating this positivity and inspiration and motivation in the mind of the youth, I am confident that we will make India a super economic power of $5 trillion, which is the dream of our Prime Minister, to make India a $5 trillion economy and 100 lakh crore of infrastructure. I feel that it is difficult, but not impossible. It can be possible. I am doing lot of jobs, particularly to the infrastructure. I don't have one money problem. I am raising fund from the market. I am making a lot of express. I am now constructing 22 green new express highway. Only one highway between Mumbai to Delhi, 7 highway, we have started the work. The highway's cost is 1 lakh crore and 50% work has already started. Land acquisition is completed. And within 2.5 years, I am giving you the promise that we will take you from Delhi to Mumbai with 12 hours. It's possible. We are now going to inaugurate this Delhi Meerut highway in December, and that highway that they presently it takes 4.5 hours from Meerut to Delhi. I am promised you from 26 January it will be within 45 minutes. You can come from Meerut to Delhi. We are making a big highway between Delhi to Srinagar, Delhi, Amritsar, Katra. We can take you from Delhi to Amritsar within 4 hours. So this can be possible. We are making road to Manas Sarovar. 80% road is completed. We are making all season road for a year to Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri and Yamunotri. We are making big tunnel of 8,000 crore cost between Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh and Leh. We are constructing a big tunnel there. Now presently only 6 months the transport is there, but otherwise there is a lot of problem. So we are now, our ports are very good. We are making multimodal hubs. Already the waterways in Ganga is already started. Actually, when I was a shipping minister, I have completed that work. The multimodal hub in Varanasi, Haldia, Sahibganj is completed. Even the Gazipur is completed. You can take your material from Varanasi to Southeast Asia The dredging in Brahmaputra is completed. Even the Barak River dredging is completed. We can go up to Bangladesh, northeast, anywhere from Varanasi. And now Varanasi is connected to Allahabad. That work is completed. And now idea was, already I submitted as a minister to report to the World Bank, starting from Yamuna, from Delhi. And in Yamuna, coming to Mathura, Mathura to Agra, Agra to Etawah, and Etawah to then Allahabad. That is to be 12,000 crore project we have submitted to World Bank. So on waterways we can start. It's very cheap. If suppose by going by road the cost is 10 rupees, going by railway is 6 rupees, going by waterways is 1 rupees. So we are now developing industrial clusters, logistic parks. We are now the seaplane. Is definitely we can start in India. Already all preparation is completed. So the way in which we are developing technology, innovation, making research of international standards, I feel that there are huge opportunities are available. We need positivity, self-confidence, and 100% we need the spirit that we are going to win this war. I remember one of the incident in the life of Richard Nixon. He written his autobiography in a bad days when he was cornered because of Watergate. Everyone was making insult for him. In that atmosphere, he written his book. There is a famous sentence that man is not finished when he is defeated, but he is finished when he quits. युद्ध हारने के बाद कोई समाप्त नहीं होता, युद्ध भूमि छोड़कर भाग जाता है तब समाप्त होता है. So my feeling is there is a chance for the youth. We can win this war with positivity and self-confidence. The people like you can contribute for this development of this country, and it is also a concept of Atmanirbhar Bharat, Sukhi Samruddha Sampanna Shaktishali Hindustan. Exactly, this is the mission, and we can make the economy of $5 trillion at the same time of 100 lakh crore infrastructure. We can make India as a super economic power. Whatever the crucial problems, we will accept it as a challenges, and with our positivity, we will fight over all the challenges, and 100% we are going to win this war. I see, and we will make India a super economic power. 100% I am confident, and for that reason, the people like you, the stakeholders, their contribution is very important. I am giving my all best wishes to all of you. Be safe. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir. We are so blessed to have you here and listening towards your words of wisdom. Further, if anyone has any questions to be asked, kindly forward them to the moderator, Protractor Kaustubh Chandalia. I would like to request the moderator to deliver the doubts and queries of the audience to Honorable Mr. Nitinji Gadkari, sir. Over to you, Kaustubh.
Thank you, Mayuri. Am I audible? MOC, am I audible? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's a great privilege to have you here, sir, among us. We have few questions from our viewers. I would go one by one. Honorable APJ Abdul Kalam, sir, published a book, Dream India 2020, which became a playbook for many programs and activities. Now that we are in 2020, where do you think we stand in achieving that vision? To you, sir.
Pardon me, again you can ask me a question in a short.
Yes, sir. The same question has been put in the stretch box also. I will repeat the question for you again, sir. Honorable APJ Abdul Kalam, sir, has published a book, Dream India 2020. As we are in 2020, where do you think we stand achieving that vision?
Actually, you can donate art, but you cannot donate vision. I remember that book was very excellent. That is the vision for development of our country. In the all fields, particularly Abdul Kalam was given his idea about it. India is constantly on this path. We are trying our level best to contribute this country to make India super economic power. In the defense sector, in the agriculture sector, in the industry, in the service sector, in the handloom, handicrafts, biofuels. We have a lot of things where the things are moving and things are changing. Exactly what the purpose is, that anywhere for any plan you need a vision. And always I am talking about it, that you can donate eye but you cannot donate vision. The vision given by Abdul Kalam Sahab, we have completed a lot of things which he was predicted. But now we need to go again ahead, and we have to think about now 2050, because after 30 years we need to march on the line by which we have to make the development the way in which that we can make number one in the world. So there is a lot of competition. The world economy, world situation is favorable to us. We are a rich nation with a poor population. But with an appropriate vision, we can make a lot of miracles. And I am confident that on the same line which Dr. Abdul Kalam was exactly, his thinking was on the basis of that, on the same line, we can make also the second part of the vision of 2050, and we need to march ahead to fulfill that target. And 100% we are on that. We are making vision document for all the sectors, starting from education to industry, agriculture to transport, even from technology, different of electric cars, electric buses, electric bike. This is also a vision. Our import for petroleum fuel is 7 lakh crore. Now we want to using ethanol economy, that is from agriculture, sugarcane juice and molasses. We can have an economy of 20,000 crore. We are now making it 1 lakh crore. That is going to save our imports. And adding ethanol into petrol or diesel, it is going to reduce pollution and giving employment, giving per capita income, increase per capita income in the field of agriculture. So these are the different things where we are doing. We are taking helicopters and fighter jet from our defense, 100% using bio aviation fuel from Jatropha oil. We have taken initiative to taking flight from Dehradun to Delhi by using 25% bio aviation fuel from Jatropha. Now we are in position that we can use 100%, but we need to have, using biotechnology, we need to make the productivity of Ratanjot, Moa, Sal, Karanj and Toli, that non-edible oil seed, and from that oil also we can make bio aviation fuel, and we can go for all these airlines, Air Indian Airlines, Indigo and SpiceJet and everything, they can use this fuel. This is possible, already standards have been fixed. So that was the dream of our Abdul Kalam Sahab. His dream was about helicopters. Actually still we are not in position to make helicopters. We are now trying to start seaplane, amphibious seaplane in the country. Already everything is ready now. So it is going to increase tourism. So this can be possible. So on his vision, lot of decision, lot of his vision about India is already completed. But now the things which is not completed, we need to concentrate the things more on that particular thing which are not completed. We need to plan again, because vision is not fixed. It is always changing because the technology is changing, world is changing, the global economy is changing. And on that line again we need to think about future. And that prospective vision for next 30 years is exactly our government also. Prime Minister Modi ji has discussion with a lot of discussion with the secretaries, ministers, and everywhere in every field, the government is planning to make a vision for the future. So on that line we are all working, and I am confident that we will succeed in that mission.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, enlightening us with the outcoming futures and about upcoming India. And the answers were most probably very much up to the mark. And I hope the viewers who were up with these questions will be satisfied completely. So the next question I would like to ask, with your due respect, is we want to know the government strategies for building up small business into moderate ones, and where and what is the opportunity for startup founders in upcoming couple of years.
Role is very limited. We are the facilitator. It is the entrepreneurship is very important, and it is with the industry. They have got a lot of entrepreneurship there in India, And by innovative research and designing of good products of international standards, our industry is very capable. So the people like you who are entrepreneurs, they are doing the things. Our role is supporting all these activities as a facilitator. So we have already declared the package of 3,70,000 crore, where we are helping to the industry. We are create facility for them. We are giving them all type of clearances, licenses. We are resolving all issues related with power, water, transport, communication, environment and forest. We are making appropriate policy for them. And people are taking lot of advantage of all these things, and I am confident that people will take the advantage, because there is one of the famous sentence that you can take horses up to the water. You cannot make them mandatory to drink the water. Our role is only to take it up to all of the people, to take it them to up to the river. But ultimately the drinking of that water is also depending upon the stakeholders, who are the innovator, who are the proprietor, who are the entrepreneurs, who are going to start new innovative industries, either in small scale or major or big. They are the main person. They should take the advantage of the policies, and they should march ahead. That is exactly the expectation from the government about them.
Thank you very much, sir. Last but one question. Things and technologies are changing rapidly. So how will the future of India perform in a hyper-competitive economy when we do not have that most current knowledge as a student?
I always actually believe that the innovation, entrepreneurship, science, technology, research, skill and successful practices, we name it as a knowledge, and conversion of knowledge into wealth is the future. The other thing which always I am talking about it, that conversion of waste into wealth. We are selling the sewage water of Nagpur Municipal Corporation to Government of Maharashtra Electricity Board. Corporation is getting 325 crore royalty from that. Now we are working on the project from that water and organic waste. Using in a biodigester, we will get methane. And bifurcate methane from CO2, we will get bio-CNG. And idea is to run 450 buses on bio-CNG. So technology is proven. I am doing the project. So it's my very pet project. In Ganga, we have got lot of biodigester. We can get bio-CNG from that. Now we get bio-CNG from rice straw, agriculture biomass. It is possible. So my feeling is using of different technology, using or making of different innovations, research, it is the most important thing. So whatever the profits they are getting, they should at least use some percentage of the profit for research and development. The skill training for manpower, it's very important. In the pharmaceutical sectors now, for that major drug policy which is already launched by the government, API, we don't need to import it from China. We can make here. Medical devices, we can make here. We have availability of lot of raw materials in India. In the steel sector, we are doing excellent job. So my suggestion is, we need to understand where the potential is, which type of technology we needed, what type of product we need to design for that, what is the requirement of global market. On the basis of that, we need to have more exports, and by which we can make the thing positively. Now the Yoga Vigyan is popular in the whole world. The world is making Yoga World Day. The Ayurveda, our Ramdev Baba, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji propagate the Ayurveda. Now the Ayurveda paste Dantakanti is popular. Now in place of Colgate, people. So this type of different, very successful experiments are already there. It is related with the individual entrepreneurs like you, and you have to make miracles. Our role is a facilitator. We are supporting you. We are creating positive atmosphere for your development, for your research, for your market, for your manufacturing. We will resolve your problems from capital to technology, where whatever we can contribute, we will support you. The way in which you are the pillar of the country, the youth, the young generation, the talented young generation is the most important and powerful power which is in India. This skilled, trained, engineering, young, talented manpower, be entrepreneur like you, your research, your vision, your global vision, it is ultimately going to make India super economic power. And government role is supporting to you. You can take the advantage of it, and with positivity and self-confidence, we are expecting that you should march, go ahead and make India super economic power. Where our role is a facilitator, we will support you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to say something to our viewers. We are running pretty short of time, and unfortunately, we cannot take a lot of questions. But we'll finish it with the last question, which I would request our DRR, Rotractor Shrikant Dad, sir. Sir, yeah, over to you, sir. You can ask the last but not the least question to our crowd. And the most powerful leader we have, the most motivator we know at present, the idol for the upcoming entrepreneurs. Over to you, Shrikant.
Yes, sir. Sir, we have a question that at the launch of Atal Innovation Mission, you said we are ready to sponsor dedicated research team into transport and infrastructure and bringing innovation into this sector. So one message for Rotract in India to the youth: how can they avail this opportunity in this field?
We have already vehicles, buses, cars available on biofuel. We are making ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, bio-CNG, electric and hydrogen fuel cell technology. We have already finalized the standards. And now 3 days before, I have a meeting with a Swedish company making of electric highway. And we are also planning to make green highway on electrics. So all the things, the future is with us. The present size of our automobile industry is 4,85,000 crore, out of which 1,45,000 crore is our export. I have already launched electric bike from Bajaj and TVS. Now Bajaj and TVS, they have their 50% of the production is export. Because of the scrapping policy which we are going to clear as early as possible, I am confident that India will become a world number one manufacturing hub for automobile industry. And now we have got all brands are present in here. And the electric, ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, CNG, bio-CNG and LNG and hydrogen fuel cell are the future. So you select any technology. You can go make your any research in any technology related with the transport, and there is a huge potential is available. I am giving an example. Running a diesel bus in Mumbai from Best, the cost per kilometer is 115 rupees per kilometer. In Nagpur, we have used these ethanol buses from Scania. The cost come to 78 rupees per kilometer. And now the electric bus cost coming 50 rupees per kilometer. We can reduce their ticket rates by 30 to 40% by using electric as a fuel. Just 1 month or 2 months before, I launched one SUV on electricity. I purchased that. So actually my petrol bill was in Nagpur was 13,000 rupees per month. But now because of electricity, my bill is only 700 rupees. So this is the saving. So naturally people are, the policy is import substitute, cost effective, pollution free and indigenous. Everything is open. So the IIT, the engineering colleges, the technical institutes, skill training institutes, technology centers, they are already making lot of research, making of lot of alternatives. It's an open market. The people like you, with your choice, with your study, research and innovative approach, with your vision, you can contribute, you can make the things, it can be possible. So the things are moving in transport sector. I am thinking also making of e-highway, electric highway, I'm working on that. Things are not finalized, but I am trying to develop that. So this is the line where you can contribute, you can work on it. And our transport sector is changing. We are now making multimodal hub. We have already started 100 new airports. Now we are starting amphibious seaplane. We have electric trucks now. And now I requested to construction equipment manufacturer in India to convert their machinery on LNG, CNG or electric. That is also possible. They are making the research for that. It is going to, if 7 lakh crore of import of crude oil, if we can make it only 2 lakh crore, if the 5 lakh crore we can reduce, you just think what will be impact on our economy. It is going to create more jobs. It is going to give us more exports. It is going to create more wealth in the country. So everything is transparent and open. Even the people like you can take the advantage of it. Anywhere regarding government problem, regarding standardization, rules and regulation, anywhere any problem is there, come to me. I am giving you the guarantee that I will resolve the problem. There will be no problem from the policy point of view, and we will support you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Time-bound, result-oriented and corruption-free. Already in 5 years, we have ordered more than 17 lakh crores of contracts. But you can go to anywhere. No contractor, no company need to come to me for taking approval for that. We are fully transparent, time-bound, result-oriented and corruption-free. And that is the strength for us. So everything is open, everything is transparent. You can go anywhere and you can come into the field and you can take the advantage of the policy and you can go ahead.
Great, sir. Very, very nice. And we are very much pleased. Sir, we are very much excited to have you with us. Few days back, our incoming RI President, Shekharji Mehta, was with you regarding partnership with projects in some few sectors. I also would like to have government with us with some projects in our district. Our district comprises Marathwada, Satara, Solapur, and Ahmednagar. These 9 revenue districts we have in our district. So I wish that we will do some projects with government authorities. Thank you, sir, for inspiring us. Over to you, Shreya. Mayuri, please.
Thank you, sir. Vote of Thanks is nothing but an opportunity to thank the people behind the cameras. I feel so grateful to introduce you all with those who are working harder day and night to take this event on another level. Let's tell them a story of different people who toiled hard and contributed different thoughts. So, would like to request the person who one-handedly took the lead and applied all the hard work and relation to make this day a possible. He's none other than our DRRE Protractor Madhur Agrawal to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, Madhur, sir.
First of all, a warm greeting to Honorable Minister Shri Nitinji Gadkari and other virtual audience. It is my privilege that I have been asked to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Minister Shri Nitinji Gadkari for gracing the webinar series India, the Next Superpower with a motivational, provoking and interesting session. It won't be wrong to say it's once in a lifetime opportunity to listen you live on Rotrack platform. I also thank our very own DG Harish Motwani sir, DG elect Om Prakash sir for your lovely support. I would also like to thank DRR Shrikant, all the DRO members, technical team, District Secretary Admin, District Secretary Event, Rotarians, Rotractors, and all people who have joined in today from various platforms like Facebook and YouTube. I would like to quote a thing. रोशनी बनकर आए जो हमारी जिंदगी में, आपका हम धन्यवाद करते हैं. जमीन से आसमान तक हमें पहुंचाने का जो रखते हैं हुनर, ऐसे गुरुओं को हम सलाम करते हैं. If I forget to thank someone, I sincerely apologize on behalf of RID 3132. Would like to end up by saying the power of imagination make us infinity. So keep dreaming, keep working, and keep hoping. Thank you once again from my end.